Okay, so today we are going to learn how to factor trinomials when a is not equal to 1. So you can see from the example that I've put down that there's a 2 here, and we never in the past had a number there before, so this will be something new. So you're actually going to start off this by finding factors of a times c. So before we just said we'll find factors of c, because a was 1, a times c was just c. But now that there's a number there, we're going to do factors of a times c. Let me change that. Let's do it this way. A times c. Okay, that equal, or that sum up to, rather, 15. Okay, so first of all, a times c is 2 times 18, which is 36. Okay, so we're looking for factors of 36 that sum up to 15. So we could do, let's see, obviously 1 and 36, 2 and 18, 3 and 12, 4 and 9, and I think that's, 6 times 6. Okay, so out of those pairs, the one that adds up to 15, sums to 15, is 3 and 12. Okay, so those are the ones that we're going to use. And what we're going to do here is we're going to break 15 up into 3 and 12. So we're going to rewrite this top equation, except in place of 15x, we're going to have 12x plus 3x. So let's do that. Okay, so we're going to rewrite it as 2x squared plus 12x plus 3x plus 18. Okay, so now what we can do here is break it into 2. Okay, I'm going to break these into 2. And if you ever get confused about, well, should the 3x go with the 2x squared, or should the 3x go with the 18? Just all you have to do, like if you're confused about the order of this, is look at which ones have a common factor. If I had put the 3 into this set of parentheses, 2 and 3 wouldn't have a common factor. So I did it this way because the 3 and the 18 have a common factor of 3, and the 2 and the 12 have a common factor of 2. So we will go ahead and pull out the common factor from the first set of parentheses, which would be 2x. And then 2x times x would be 2x squared. Okay. And then if we pull a 2x out of 12x, that would be 6. And then same thing here. For the second set of parentheses, okay, 3 is the common factor between the two. So we'll pull a 3 out and factor that. Okay, if we pull the GCF of 3, we have x plus 6. Okay, so now what you should notice is we have an x plus 6 and an x plus 6. Okay, so both of these, the 2x and the 3, are multiplied by x plus 6. So one way that we can rewrite this is to group the 2x and the 3 together and then multiply it by x plus 6. So it will look like this. 2x plus 3 times x plus 6. Okay, I just kind of pulled these two out, okay, and this one goes here, and then multiply it by x plus 6. So that's the way you factor when a is not equal to 1. And if we FOILed this, we would find that we would get, if we FOILed that, we would get this original equation back. Okay, so let's take a look at another example. In this case, a times c is equal to 3 times 18, because here is a and here is C. Okay, so 3 times 18, and 3 times 18 is 54. So A times C is 54. Actually, it's a negative 54. I should have had a negative 18 there. Okay, so we're looking for factors of negative 54 that add up to negative 3. So let's just list factors of negative 54. So obviously we've got negative 1 and 54. We've got 1 and negative 54. We have negative 2 and 27. We have positive 2 and negative 27. We have 3 and 18, negative 18, and negative 3 and positive 18. And we have, let's see, negative 6 and 9, and 9 and negative 6. And whenever you get to find the one that adds up to negative 3, you can stop. So I think we found it. It's right here. Actually, I wrote that wrong. This should have been a negative 9 and a positive 6. And then it's the right one. Okay, so now that we found those, we're going to rewrite the original equation. Okay, but what we're going to do is we are going to substitute for negative 3, we will substitute negative 9x plus 6x. So let's do that. So we'll write it 3x squared minus 9x plus 6x minus 18. Okay, and this came from right here. Okay, so now we are going to pull out the GCF of these different pairs. So I will go ahead and put some parentheses around these two, and I will put some parentheses around those two, and then I'm going to pull out the GCF from the two different sets. So the first set, the GCF would be 3x, okay, and that would be x minus 3, because 3x times x would be 3x squared, and 3x times negative 3 would be negative 9x. Then I will go ahead and pull the GCF out of the second set, and that would be 6. 6 is the GCF, and it would be times x minus 3. And once again, because 6 times x is 6x, and 6 times negative 3 is a negative 18. Okay? All right, so now I'm going to take these two here, and I'm going to put them together in one set of parentheses, and then I will multiply it by x minus 3. And once again, if we FOILed this, we would find out that it would, come out to be 3x squared minus 3x minus 18, which is the original problem. I'll go ahead and do the check on this one just so you can see that, yeah, it really does work out. So this part down here is optional now. This is just to check to see if we got it right. So the first two multiplied together would be 3x squared. The outer two would be 3x times negative 3, which is a negative 9x. And then 6 times x. And then 6 times negative 3, which would be negative 18. I'll combine my like terms. So 3x squared minus 3x minus 18. And yes, this matches that. So I know that I got it right. Okay, so that's what we're doing today.